I think he was offered it. They got hold of him and asked if he would help to open the Opera House.
If you weren't meeting those high standards, he will call you out.
Oh, that bloody arsehole.
It's all about the hustle.
Very controlling.
Better hit your notes, eh? On mine, but hey.
Oh my God, I've got this and I've got that. And you used to drive with one toe.
I will kick your ass, little boy.
Dalvanius was like this mythical figure. He was like Prince. You know, like people would say Prince would drift into a room, like he didn't even walk, he just drifted into a room. Dalvanius was like that because he was larger than life and quite a flamboyant figure.
You knew he was flamboyant because he wasn't like anybody else that was around you. You know, not just because of his stature and what he looked like, just the way he acted. He was really different. So you're like, oh, that's different, you know. And so he was like that. And he was really, I always thought of him as fearless.
He had the gift of the gab. He had a way of being able to speak to these kind of people. And all of them loved him. They loved him. They really liked him.
That's why I call him an octopus, because he was able to touch many communities, many individuals and people, and he was able just to connect and relate to them in conversations and wits, and I suppose in creativity and music. But he was a big octopus.
I tehi wā katoa I ki atu ia waia te iti kahurangi. Engari, I roto I te reo Pākehā, koe ngā tana kōrero. No such thing as luck, cousin. It's all about the hustle.
He didn't muck around, you know. When you had to do a job, you do the job and do the job to the best of your ability.
You went with him or you stayed behind, sort of thing. But because people wanted what he had, like his gift for singing, his gift for music, his gift for production, they went with it.
Once he had his mind on something, he'd just go for it. And he didn't stop until he got what he wanted to do. Like as in music-wise, as in production-wise, as in even as reo-wise, because he started his journey in reo as well. So all those three, as music, talent, I think, yeah, he was so creative.
To be an entertainer, you have to be able to have that rapport to speak about your music, to converse with the musicians how you want it played.
Uncle Dal was very firm, but I believe he knew where he was going in terms of creating, whether it was writing music or composing music for artists, other music artists or other talent, or for theatre or for movies like Rua, and then there was Chakapopoi.
I haere mātou ko Dalvanius ki te mahi kiriata I Berlin kei Germany. Mō e rua marama I tuana māua ko Dalvanius. And I reira, I tērā wā, ko te mahi o Dal ki te kai tito waiata mō te kiriata katoa. Ko te kai waka aere ko Barry Barclay no Ngāti Apa Ia. And ko te kai hautu ko John O'Shea. Te tehi producer rongonui ara ko Pacific Films tērā.
Like that was sort of his juice. It's the thing that made him tick, you know. It was the thing that kept him going, kept him doing stuff. And because he would always go, oh, Jill, what do you think about this? Sonny, what do you think about this? You know. So yeah, it always felt like that. It always felt that he knew what he liked and what he wanted to do, and then he always knew that they had to have some sort of impact outside of him.
Somebody who thought about every single detail, right to a T, like even things that I look back at now, and I think about why he did what he did. I'm like, you really thought about it. You didn't do that by mistake. That wasn't an accident. You really thought about everything that you did and made sure to execute it in a way that you would be happy and proud of.
I mean, he wasn't just dealing with any amateur in terms of making his creativity to come to life. And then I think he was clever enough to check himself. Like he would go to Ruka Senior, he would go to my Auntie Geraldine and Uncle Sonny Kepa. Actually, he would go to them quite a lot, both Matatau and Te Reo Māori and Tikanga. And Matua Sonny at that time would have been seen as a leader of his people, not only ours with Auntie Geraldine. And so they had a really close relationship.
We went out to Wainuamata to do a show and stayed with cousin Ruka, Broughton. Dal had a song that he had written for his mum called She's Not There. The family sings it all the time, so he got Ruka to play it. He played it on the piano and he got Ruka to write some words. And that was the very first Māori song that Dal collaborated on.
Sing, sing! And he brought out, he saw in you what you didn't see in yourself. He could see the potential in any person that he met when it came to music. So through the way he spoke, it was his way of helping you, even though you didn't realise yourself, to bring that potential out from within you. And it worked.
He kind of introduced us to rap, so it wasn't just poie, and it wasn't just hei konei rā and akurokura. He came to practice one night and he said, right, you young ones, we're doing a rap in te reo. And that got our attention.
And it'll be on this piano, and we had to sing these solos, and he would go, right, you're rock, you're reggae, you're solo, you're opera or whatever. He used to go around, and we all had to sing individually, and we used to pick a song.
One of the skills that I always admired about him was his ability to make people feel special and make them feel like they were like his favourite person in the whole world. Like he could do that with almost anyone. So you'll hear so many stories where people, and he was genuine at the time as well. But yeah, he used to make people feel loved.
It was the most amazing thing. It was because he was amazing. He made you feel like you were amazing as him. He made you feel that we can do this. I can flip and sing. I can do this. I am amazing. We're amazing. We do things like that to each other. Thank you, Dalvanius. So it's felt amazing to be in his presence on stage. Yeah.
If I can liken it to someone, it's like walking into a room with a superstar and you don't quite know how to react or what to say. It's just like, oh, it's Michael Jordan. That was Dalvanius. I don't think it was on the same level, but yeah, in Māori it was. He was that guy. I always thought he was great because he was different. He was great because he was different from the rest of us, especially the way he dressed. The way he dressed was outrageous sometimes, but also very personal to him.
In music, he was in movies, he was in politics, he was whānau, he was deeply entrenched in whānau, and he, to me, he was actually just pretty cool to be around.
Oh, what a privilege to share the memories that I have with Del.
he just wanted the best out of everything and for everyone. He loved his family. He would do anything for you.
He didn't like outwardly show love. Like he wasn't run, follow the walk around and kiss everybody. You know, he wasn't that too. But he showed love by his attention and by showing up when there were big kaupapa and big other things were asked of him. That's how he showed love, and through music.
The main thing I miss about him is just his presence, because he was such a man and such a presence that you couldn't not feel him when he was around, or, you know, even if you couldn't see him, you could still hear him.
I mean, Scribe probably didn't even know he was being a leader, but he was. Poli Fuimana probably didn't know he was being a leader, but he was. I think Dalvanius knew. I think Dal knew. Yeah.
Respect yourself. Nah, 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 nah. Respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, ain't nobody gonna give a good to. Nah, 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 whoa. Respect yourself. Nah, 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 nah. Respect yourself. Yes, you're walking around thinking that the world owes you something, 'cause you